Welcome back. I think we're on episode 13 now of the sqauredrop camper build. If you've watched the series so far, thanks very much. If this is your first time seeing the video, make sure you check out the previous videos and you'll see how we got to this stage here. In today's video, we get through quite a bit of stuff. We get our water tank mounted up. We get the dividing wall for inside to separate the galley and the bedroom built. The tabletop built. We cut the hole for the roof vent, and we start to run a little bit of wiring as well. So plenty of good stuff to see in this video. If that's something you're interested in, check it out. But without further ado, let's get going. Alright guys, so we just mocked up our gas strut here. It's just bolted on there loosely and then screwed straight into the panel here, which isn't great, but we're going to be putting a metal plate over that anyway, so it doesn't matter because all that'll get covered up and strengthened up. But looks like we somehow got it right the first time. She closes, plenty of tension there. That's closed and doesn't bind up on anything inside. And she opens back up. Obviously that's only one gas strut. There will be a second one on there to give it that extra power and strength, but pretty happy with that. We went for this design with the angle being up higher instead of closer on the door and then further down on the body, just so it's less of a hazard to walk through or to hit. It doesn't get in the way as much. A guy on one of the Facebook pages I'm on, he suggested that, so thanks to him for that one. But yeah, I think that'll work well. So we'll chuck the other one on the exact same spot on the other side. And then we'll make up our plates, glue those on, let them dry nicely, screw it all together, and we'll be laughing all the way to the camp spot. So let's keep going. Guys, so I've been doing a bit of experimenting here on a few offcuts of panels that I have here. The issue with these panels is they don't actually have any holding strength because the inside's just that foam and then the outside is so thin with the fiberglass it doesn't actually hold anything. So what they recommend is that you glue these plates down. I've gone with 3mm aluminium here just to do a trial run, and then they're like super strong glue that they use, and it seems to be doing pretty well. I glued these down. I glued these down at about 10 AM. It's probably about 4 o'clock now, and as you can see, these are already like they're on there. They're not coming off. I can twist it, pull it, yank it. It's not going anywhere. And they say this stuff dries at 3mm every 24 hours, so it wouldn't even be nearly dry yet. So I'm pretty confident that's going to be the best bet there. So what I'll do now is go make up a whole bunch of just little 3mm aluminium plates, different sizes to suit the applications I need to do. What we'll be using this for is stuff like attaching the gas struts, the outdoor table, and a few other bits and bobs inside and outside. So pretty confident with that, so that's good. The other thing I did over here was cut out the hole for my rear door latch. I just wanted to experiment on this before I did it on the actual panel. It was pretty easy. I just used a jigsaw with a wood cutting blade on it, and it cut no worries. So I've only got one latch at the moment because I wasn't sure if I had the right size and the right shape, but it seems like it'll work pretty well. So I'll go grab a second one of these, and then once I got the second one, I'll place them, see where I want it to sit, cut it out, and then that'll be good to go. We can lock up the back door. But from here, we'll get those gas struts on, make up some plates, and just keep going. So stick around. Well, there we go guys, the gas strut's all fitted now, our metal plates are on, they're all glued up, they're not 100% dry, but they're well and truly dry enough to attach everything to. Like I said, earlier, this glue dries at about 3 mils per 24 hours, so it's going to take a while, but I mean, it's on, it's working, I'm very happy with it. There's probably a little bit too much tension there, like that's actually taking quite a bit of force to close. So for a weaker person, it might be a bit of a mission. So I might step down one level on the gas struts, but for now, I'll just leave those on there because they'll do fine. And yeah, as you can see, it opens up perfectly where we need it. And we can work in our kitchen here, so primo. Alright guys, so I've just cut in that Maxxfan roof vent, as you can see there. It's just roughed in at the moment, haven't glued it in or anything yet. I just want to make sure it all works and it's functioning properly before I do that. So I'll check that now and then we'll look at gluing that down. There we go, the porch light is roughly put on now. I've just screwed it on there for now, but if you've seen my previous videos, you know that these panels have no actual holding strength. So I will have to glue them down where the mounting points are, which isn't a big deal. I've got this glue that will literally stick anything to these panels right here. So I'll just leave it there roughly for now. Once I've gotten the wiring all squared away and I'm 100% happy with the placement, then I'll go ahead and glue it all down and do it all in one foul swoop with everything else that needs to be glued, just so I'm not wasting glue. But yeah, that's our porch light there. It's a white and amber, so you can switch it between the two. So that should be pretty nice, but let's keep going. All right, so we're moving right along here, guys. I went to Dun & Watson a couple of days ago to pick up a sideways fridge slide. They're about $360 new, and just my luck, they had one sitting off to the side in the damaged or seconds area because of a few scratches that you won't even see once the fridge is in there, and they had it marked down to $100, so I saved $260 on that. And then even further to that, they had this bad boy here in that same area. They custom built it for a guy. They built it to the wrong dimensions, unfortunately, and they had to rebuild it. So they had that in the cheap section as well. He was quoted $1,200 to build this, and I paid $350, and it's a 3-tier drawer set. So pretty stoked with that. Picked up some really good bargains there. So if you guys live near Dun & Watson, make sure you check them out. They have heaps of different drawers and tables and a whole bunch of stuff there in their damaged section. That isn't really that damaged, so definitely worth checking out. So what we're doing now is just fitting these, basically getting them where we'd like them with the spacing. We do need to prop them up a little bit so they go past this lip here. So we're just looking at what's going to do that. It's going to be probably a 20 by 20 aluminium frame that might sit underneath them, just to lift them up that little bit. But we're going to have a look at that now, play around with that. From there, we'll just keep putting stuff on. We need to put our power plug at the front, run all of our wiring, put our lights up. I mean, the list is endless. So let's just keep going and keep watching. Thanks. Alright guys, well there you go. We've done our risers now for our fridge slide and our drawers, so they don't bind up on this lip here. So as you can see, it slides out easily, doesn't get caught. And same with this one. I won't do that one because it's not fastened in and the fridge slide sort of goes everywhere, but that one opens and closes as well, no worries. So yeah, fridge will be there, drawer will be here, the tabletop will be over top of that. I've pushed them all the way to the left-hand side as much as possible, and this just gives us a little cubby nook in here where we can, put some chopping boards or hose or whatever you want to take with you that'll slip in there. So that'd be good for that. Alright, so we've just roughed in our power hookup. So if you guys have seen my videos before, you know that this actual camper box here will be detachable from the actual trailer frame. So you can use the trailer for, other things like dump runs and moving furniture and moving dirt bikes and whatnot. So we need to be able to hook up the power and unhook it because all the power will be located in the toolbox on the trailer itself. So what we've come up with here is this Anderson holder here on the outside. The toolbox will sit right around here with the power. So all you do is you just have a little jumper cable that plugs into that, and then that will give power to the main camper there, and the power enters into the camper to our brains box in the camper through that there. That's pretty much all gonna be waterproof. It's just roughed in at the moment, so screwed in. I'll be gluing and everything. I'll put some cable conduit all through on that cable so it looks nice and tidy and looks clean. Then it obviously enters in through here. It's gonna run underneath the bed and then up into our kitchen area there, which is where all the power will be located. And then it'll go to different things from there. So that's basically how we're looking now, guys. It's definitely coming along nicely, but we've got lots more to go, so let's keep going. All right, guys, so the time's come now to build our dividing wall inside the camper here, which is gonna separate the bedroom from the kitchen, or the galley, as most people call it. It's gonna be load bearing in a way that it's gonna have the cabinets on both sides attached to it, so it's gonna have to be pretty strong, so we're gonna do it out of steel. I do have a mate of mine heading over now to give me a hand with just brainstorming how we wanna make it all work. And we're going to weld something up now, and then we'll start looking at putting some cabinets up. So let's get it done. Alrighty, so the dividing wall is pretty much all built here. It's just sat in place, it's not glued or screwed yet because we have to make a few more minor adjustments. You'll see in the time lapse as well that we have a tabletop frame too. I just don't have it in here at the moment. But basically a quick rundown on what's going on here. So this little nook here will be for where the drawers slide in. They're a bit bigger than I anticipated, and I didn't want to take too much space out of the bedroom so I can still fit that full queen. So I'm going to recess the drawers just in this little frame here, just to give us a little bit of extra space. We have these crossbars here, which is where our cabinets will screw to on this side and the other side as well for the bedroom. And then we'll eventually put a power box down in the corner there, recessed into the wall too, which will house our fuses and all the brains, so you can easily access that behind the fridge. We've drilled some holes in a few different spots where some wiring will enter this wall and hide inside the wall, so that will be pretty handy. And that's pretty much what we're looking at doing in the next video. So let's run down to that. Let's get outside and finish up mounting up the water tank. And that's pretty much going to be it for this video, so keep sticking around. Cheers. Alright guys, we've been doing some behind the scenes work on the trailer frame here, just getting it all back together. All of our wiring has been rerun there and plugged back in, and we've also put these little chains on our mud flaps so they don't bind up on the wheels there, so they can only go so far. So that turned out pretty well, pretty clean. But yeah, we'll just keep putting this thing back together. Got to put the toolbox back on now, a few other bits and pieces, and then we'll chuck the body back on. Alright, well there we have it folks. It's the end of the weekend, so we're going to wrap the video up there. We've got heaps done in this video, thankfully. So we got the gas struts all mounted up, we got the dividing wall built, we drilled the holes for the wiring to sort of move all through that wall there in the negative space. We cut the hole for the roof vent, we put the light on the outside for where the awning will be. What else did we do? We ran some wiring from the front. We put the water tank on the trailer there, and probably a few other things I'm missing. So really good video, got heaps done, so I'm pretty happy with that. In the next video we're going to be looking at getting this wall glued in, all the wiring ran through where it needs to go, the tabletop frame glued in as well, and whatever else we can get done. So thanks very much for sticking around. If you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button so you'll get notified when the next video comes out. Really appreciate it, and it helps me as well. But other than that, that's going to be a wrap. Thanks very much. Peace.